Okay, in this video once again we're going to look at police conduct in regard to whether they've criminally suppressed evidence that could have saved David Bain from jail. One of numerous instances. Okay, we can see here around the top of the thumb, residual blood. This was photographed by the police, but the honourable police didn't feel the need to tell the first jury about this or show this to the first jury. Nor did the honourable police decide that the jury needed to see this picture of Robin Bain's hand. Okay, what we see here is a blood splash heading towards Robin. If you've shot yourself in the head and only yourself, then you're not going to have a blood splash heading towards yourself. Why didn't the police show this picture to the jury, especially with the other material on the fingers and the wounds? What about this other stuff on Robin's hands? What about these injuries? Surely the jury deserved to see these pictures. Why wasn't this wound on Robin's right fist shown to the jury? And these other little marks and abrasions. Have the police perverted the course of justice and cost a man 13 years in jail? Even if this was an innocent mistake, such a mistake should be punished at least by throwing the whole case out, vindicating the accused and compensating the accused, because you cannot have the risk of police setting people up by suppressing, manipulating or destroying evidence, as is so utterly common in this particular case. You see the blood specks on this clothing here? The trousers and sweatshirt that Robin was wearing, the bloodstains on them are not consistent with the wound that killed him, and the blood was not tested for blood grouping to establish its source. It's even more obvious here, heavy blood stains on his jacket. Once again, the trousers and the sweatshirt that Robin was wearing, the blood stains on them were not consistent with the wound that killed him, and the blood was not tested for blood grouping to establish its source. And now if we look at the notes that Detective Mark Lodge made, just the points in regard to blood, in regard to Robin Bain. A smear of blood on the heel of the thumb on the inside of the left hand, smear of blood on the left finger, splash of blood on the nail of the second right finger, spots of blood on the blue tracksuit pants and thigh above knee regions, smears of blood on the tracksuit pants on the lower left leg. On the sweatshirt there was blood staining on the back of the hood and heavy staining on the top of the hood and also on the right shoulder. The incredible fact is that none of this blood, itemised by Detective Lodge on Robin Bain's hands or clothing, was tested by the police for blood grouping. If any of the blood spots, smears or heavy staining referred to by Mark Lodge had been analysed and found to have belonged to other deceased members of the family, then again the case against David Bain would have collapsed. But that was just not going to happen with this police team. There was no way they were going to back out and say they had made a major mistake in picking the wrong guy. Rather just keep on building the case. Would you believe Superintendent Athol Soper actually ordered all this blood evidence destroyed after the first conviction, once Joe Karam had rung him to discuss a number of anomalies with the case, and even while the appeal process was still in place? These guys have got no respect for the law. You know, they're just a bunch of mad dogs.